Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the to the Brothers-in-law, man. This first show for the brand new year. We're excited to be back. We had took a couple weeks off for the holidays, and then last week I had some business ventures that I had to attend to last week, so that's why we weren't on last week. So we're back though, in full effect, here to talk about police involved incidents that occur around the country. And we just going to give our take on whether or not the officers acted as reasonable officers, to see if the citizens they followed our acronym of CALM, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on, whether the situation had turned out differently. And we'll never know because we never ever know anything about staying calm, right? But we'll look at it and give our take on it. We got a good one lined up for tonight. But first, like I said, my name is Corey, and I'm a former Virginia State police officer and a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer. And my co-host is Mr. Michael Bradley. What up, dude?
What's going on? Good
Yeah, man.
back for another one. And something we got one of these videos that hasn't picked up traction as much. Excuse me, got cold. I'm finding it cold, but
Oh, okay.
hasn't picked up as much traction as I thought it would. But it's a simple video. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing big, nothing complicated. You know,
Mhm.
something happened, and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, but this one is a little more particular, and I agree with you. I'm kind of shocked it didn't get as much play as it did, given the fact of this involves a big time celebrity,
Yeah,
legendary rapper Ice T,
yeah.
and I guess he's on the TV show Law and Order, which I don't watch, so I can't really tell you much about that show. But he is on that show, and he got stopped by police, and we're going to talk about it and see, hey, could both of them had handled it differently, meaning the law enforcement and Ice T. And we're going to talk about, we'll break it down, we'll stop it. Uh, After the show, I'll put the link down in the description below, and you can go back and watch it its entirety. But we're gonna break it down and we're gonna stop it periodically and make our comments. Right, that's what we do on here. So if you have a problem with that, hey, start your own show, and you can have your own channel. You can run it the way you choose. But that's how we're gonna do it on here. All right. So if you're new to us again, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us, and let's get into it, Mike.
All right. What's up, John? What's up, Jesus? Love you. It's Stacey. I see you on here. All right. All right. We got some good ones lined up here.
Oh
All
yeah.
right. Here we go. This happened. Let me pull up the video here and get it squared away. Okay, this happened at Hudson County, New Jersey, back in May last year, about 11:24, and Ice T is the one in the black car here driving the Porsche, um, and he got stopped for originally, from what I read, had no front license plate, and as some air states require both a front and a rear license plate, he only had a back license plate and didn't have front. So here we go. We're gonna start just from the stop.
Oh, sir. What's up, officer? Officer, let you know you'll be recorded, okay? I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything. You know your registration expired since 2021. That's where I'm going. So you have your license expired as well. That's why I'm going to the DMV. Give me my paperwork. You're Yo, don't touch me. Don't give me like that. Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera.
Legendary rapper and actor Ice T, best known for his role as Detective Odafin Tutuola on Law and Order, was pulled over in New Jersey for what looked like a missing front plate on his Porsche. Things took a turn when officers found his registration and license were expired, leading to a heated exchange with the star. Here's how it all went down.
Comes back, negative stolen, 2015, Porsche 911, two-door, color gray. Registration expired.
Step down one. How's it going, sir? What's up, officer? Officer Silla, Hudson County Sheriff's Office. Let you know you'll be recorded, okay? I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything straight on this car.
At first, everything appeared to be normal as a simple traffic stop, but things would soon escalate between the actor and the officer.
You know your registration expired since 2021. That's where I'm going. I'm headed right there. When did you decide to go and change? Yesterday. I went yesterday. But what I'm saying is registration been expired since 2021. Car's been parked. Are you sure? Yeah, of course I'm sure. That's why I'm trying to get this car set up to roll. Yesterday I went to the DMV and they said that their system was down, so that's where I'm headed. I got 7 cars. I'm trying to get them all straight. You said you went to DMV yesterday. They said the system is down? Yesterday, yep. What time was your appointment yesterday? I didn't have an appointment. They just take me. You need to have an appointment to go to DMV. I don't need one. Why is that? Because they know me. Because they know you. Is your passport? Do you have a driver's license with you? Yep. I'm getting that. That's expired. So you have your license expired as well? That's why I'm going to the DMV. Sir, even if it's 1 feet, you cannot drive with an expired license and expired registration. I mean, why don't you follow me right to this garage right here? The DMV is right there. You don't gotta be that serious about this.
All right, you can stop it, Mike.
But you don't have to. Well, is it serious?
Well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, is it serious? No, it ain't serious. But in California, if your registration is expired more than 6 months, we supposed to tow your car. You know what I'm saying? So it's serious enough to get your car towed. And if your license is expired, well, you driving without a license. And how long? I don't know how long his license was expired. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it just expired or if it's been expired for a while. I don't know that. But
yeah, it will expire for a while. I think over a year. I think they mentioned it in here as well.
So, something like that. At the most, you could get your car towed, and you could get a ticket for driving without a license. So it's seriously enough to take some action.
Well, not knowing the law is no excuse. Everybody knows if you got a driver's license, you know you can't drive on an expired driver's license. You know it's your responsibility as a citizen as you get into the vehicle to make sure your stuff is up to date. Now, here in the good old Commonwealth of VA, there is no restriction. If I was to stop you and you had expired registration and expired driver's license, your car was getting towed. There's no 1 midnight, the next day of your expiration. Well, actually, they changed the law, so you got 2 months at the expiration of your registration. Now they give you an extra, I think it's 2 months to get your registration. After that 2 months, then they can pull you over and give you a ticket. So that's plenty of time to get your stuff straight. Like, and you got 7 cars. That's another thing that got me too. It's like, come on, man, you're this mega superstar. You got 7 cars, and none of your vehicles are properly registered. And then too, Mike, as a citizen, you get behind that wheel, you taking that risk.
Yeah.
Right. You taking that risk. Now, I don't know how it is in California, but it's a big deal here because if you get into a crash, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure you sat through some type of litigation. When you get into a crash here, and if you didn't have your vehicle inspected or your inspection sticker on your vehicle expired, no registration. Hey, good luck trying to win your case, with the insurance companies. So it's a pretty big deal, like, to have these things all in order and up to date when you step in that vehicle.
That's true. I mean, how many times you stop somebody and they're for expired registration and they say I'm on my way to DMV right now. You know what I'm saying? All the time.
all
So
the time.
you're on your way to get your registration fixed, and you're on your way to get your license fixed. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that might be true. You know what I'm saying? But it's such a common excuse because people know I got pulled over my registration and it's expired. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. Hey, you can't do that. I mean, if you do that, don't get mad when you get stopped. All
Right.
right, because that officer or that trooper, they're more likely gonna give you a ticket. You can say you're going to DMV all you want. You can even tell the judge that when you go in court, Your Honor, I was on my way. Judge gonna look at you and it's like, no, you should not have been driving. Period. Why didn't you? The judge will say to you, will ask you, well, why didn't you just get a ride to DMV? You don't need your vehicle there to go get a new registration. You could have got a ride. Why didn't you get a ride?
True that. True that. You
Right?
could
Those
just
kind of questions, judge. Go ahead.
yeah, you're right. You don't have to drive the vehicle there. You know what I'm
No.
saying? So he probably been driving that vehicle dirty. You know what I'm saying for a while now, and he just decided that my registration expired, so I gotta come up with some excuse as to me getting taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. All right, we can roll it.
All right.
So, give me 1 second. I could park the car right here and then walk to the DMV. It's 5-6. I'm good. I'm good. All right. Those are all the things. You said you have other vehicles registered? I have 7 vehicles. Okay.
Receipt. Do you want me to try the hook?
It's 5-6. Somebody. You're gonna drive the other vehicle who was registered and get this one registered.
Can I handle this? Can I handle this? You gonna take me to jail?
I'm not gonna take you to jail.
Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV?
I'm gonna tow your vehicle.
No, you're not finna tow my vehicle. Let me park my car right here.
You're not gonna move your car, sir. You give me your keys right now, and I'm gonna tow your vehicle. You try to be more respectful with me, I'm gonna respect you the same way.
Well, then let me. You see, I'm going to.
No, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna tell you what to do. So give me your keys right now.
Okay, Corey. This is
You.
where I think the officer might have had a little power trip here.
Yeah.
He said, first, I'm gonna tow your vehicle. When you tell somebody that, you can expect that they're gonna be upset about it. So
Right.
I wouldn't say he's being disrespectful. He's upset because you said you was gonna tow his vehicle. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I
Right.
understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he starts throwing show me a little respect. Well, yeah, I understand that. Of course, you show some respect both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I mean, to make that comment to me is kind of not that tactful. It could have been more tactful than that.
Yeah, it could have been less confrontational because
Yeah.
I think like, all right, so yes, our policy was, hey, you should you 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 can't drive without a valid license or registration, and our policy says that you had to tow the vehicle, but there is that discretion where you had the option to do so. Not really so much option, but nobody's gonna hold it against you if you did not tow their vehicle like the policy said. All right. So in this case, I'm like, hey, I might have started off and said, hey, I'll tow your vehicle, maybe not. Would it have been wrong for him to just to park it right there in the parking lot? No,
No.
and let him go over there and you stay with the vehicle and you tell him, hey, when you come out of DMV, hey, you still getting these tickets, but I'm
Yeah.
letting you
Yeah.
go fix your stuff. All
Right.
right. All you need to do now is just come to court, show the judge you fix it, and it's a done deal. But
Right.
it's a two-way street. I mean, I think Ice T should have been a little more, Yeah, I get, man. You got 7 cars. Them towing one ain't gonna kill you. You got 6 more at the house. Uh, you worth what 40-60 million dollars or whatever it is. So I mean, yeah, you knew the risk when you were out here driving, riding dirty, right? It's a possibility that your car can get towed, right?
But
So
what you
when
have
you hear
here,
that, but Mike, when you hear that though, you know not to get mad. Why you get mad? You know you riding dirty.
Mhm. Yeah.
You out here riding dirty, bro. What you think gonna happen? And you gonna come in contact with the police? You no license or expired license or no license and
Mhm.
expired registration, your vehicle more likely probably gonna get towed.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I mean, I heard in California we had that discretion too. Like if you had small kids in the car or something like that, I'm not going to tow your car. I'm not going to leave the kids stranded on the street. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
But I mean, in this case, it's not unreasonable if this officer would decide to tow this car.
It's
Yeah,
not unreasonable. I think
not
I just think his delivery could have been better.
Yeah, I agree. I think his delivery could have been better, and he could have, been more discretionary. I guess. I mean, we're assuming we know who Ice T is. Not that that should make a difference. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? But we know who he is. This officer may not know who he is. It may be reasonable that he does have 7 cars, and that's been parked for a long time. That's
correct,
possible. You know what I'm saying?
correct.
But if you choose to drive it, you got to expect that you might get pulled over and you might have some action taken against you.
That's right.
So,
That's
what made him upset even more was the fact that this officer straight up said he was going to tow the car.
right. Well, yeah, Adrian. Thanks for joining us, brother. Yeah, he could, and that's what we said early. Like you could have caught a ride there because the judge is not going to try to hear your excuse of you driving on a expired license and expired registration. Judge is going to ask you why didn't you catch an Uber or like say got a ride down there. It's inexcusable. So he was wrong in that aspect. So to go off like he did, I think it was unnecessary on Ice-T's part because you run that risk, right? That's like you get mad you got caught because you robbed the bank. Well, you knew what was going to happen. You robbed the bank,
Right.
right? You gonna get caught. You might not get caught on the first one, but you might get caught on the second or the third one, right? And how many days has he been riding dirty? He's been riding dirty for a long time. I think it said the license expired, or I'm sorry, registration expired 3 years ago. So he's been riding dirty for
2
3 years.
years ago.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So he's been riding dirty for 3 years. So I'm not upset or anything that he got good stop, obviously, right?
Sure.
Good stop. But at that up to this point, I think on both sides it could have been handled a little different, right?
Yeah, I think so. And the average citizen is this serious to average citizen? Probably not. But you have to understand, folks. It's not serious like you got robbed or you got killed. No, it ain't that kind of serious. But it's serious on the administrative side. Excuse me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
it's serious enough for this officer to have to take some action. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna just let you park it and take care of it. That's not unreasonable for him to not do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Uh, yeah, Adrian. Most states will let you register your place by mail. I do mine online. You do it online. I mean, he didn't have to leave the comfort of his home to register all 7 of his vehicles. He could have done it right there online. And so, was he truly really going to DMV? I mean, I
who
don't know. He
knows?
could. Who knows? He could have been. I mean, he said it was right there. I mean, he could have been going to the shopping plaza there to the liquor store over there. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. And he just so happens to have been riding around with all the paperwork right there. just in case he did get stopped. Hey, I'm on my way to the DMV, right? Hoping to get out of the ticket.
Right.
But as you can see,
here we go.
You finna go that route?
I asked you, can I park my car?
I said not. Give me your key, sir.
If I'm not under arrest, then I'm getting out of my car.
Okay, remember what we said, folks. You ain't under arrest, but you are detained. This officer allowed him to get out of the car, but technically speaking, no, you can't get out of the car until I tell you to get out of the car. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's a safety issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you walking around and pulling something out on me or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? For you to be on this traffic stop, let's not make it bigger than what it should be. But he does let him get out of the car, and he does let him walk around a little bit.
Right, because like you said a few minutes ago, Mike, he may not, like you said a few minutes ago, he may not know who Ice-T is.
Right. He may not. There we go.
Give me my paperwork, you fucking.
No, don't touch me. Don't give me like that.
Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera.
And then he tried to snatch his paperwork out of the officer's hands. That's a no-no, okay? I got your paperwork. I'll give it back to you when I'm done, not when you want it back, but right. When I am done with it, I will return it to you.
Right. Like, come on, man. You play a cop on TV. You don't let them do this to you on TV.
Right.
And you the cop. Why are you thinking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, Ice-T.
Here we go. I understand he's upset.
I understand.
You got to keep the composure, just like the officer has to keep his composure.
Yep.
Here we go.
Dave, I am a foot away from you.
Keep your distance.
You are a fucking asshole.
I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me.
You are an asshole. I'm trying to get to the DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording your dumb ass.
So 5-6, start the hook and start with the hook.
You're in the parking lot for Dunkin' Donuts, right?
5-6.
Irish communications to SO83.
The actor began recording as the officer called for backup. Ice-T appeared visibly angry, frustrated that the officer didn't give him another option to register his vehicle.
RC SO83. He's going to be 9001 Bergen Line where the Dunkin' Donuts is.
Now, real quick, folks, if you want to record, that's fine, but do what the officer says. Either stay in your car or stay in one spot. Ice-T is wandering all around. This officer has to keep track of him. That's the officer's safety issue. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be wandering around, putting your cell phone out there, looking at the officer, wandering, walking from point to point. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay stationary or stay in the car. You know what I'm saying?
I will offer one bit of piece of advice too. I know when I used to stop citizens too for expired registration, and as I'm writing the summons, they're in their car online getting a new registration. Well, I understand. I appreciate that, and good for you, but you're still getting a ticket, right? So just keep that in mind. If you're there and you go online and hurry up and get buy a new registration and then show the officer, hey, I just registered. It's not gonna. I mean, no, it doesn't work like that.
Just so our viewers know, what I see is doing here at this moment is not really acceptable. It goes against officer training and everything. You don't be wandering around like that because you could be a threat to us. We don't know who you are. Okay, we don't know if you are a threat to us. So that's why I tell people to remain in the car. Once you get out of the car, then you all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's huge. So Anthony says if he goes to court, the judge is probably going to drop it.
Probably.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's how you guys do in California, but here you show up to court. If you've taken care of the matter,
Yeah.
you've got your registrations updated, your licenses, everything good to go, then probably yeah, it'd be dismissed. But if you come in there and hadn't taken care of anything, and then he gives his spew how it went and shows the judge the body cam footage, yeah, he's probably gonna get found guilty of and pay court cost fines and things of that nature. So
That's basically how it works out here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a big deal, but it can be.
it
You know?
can be. It can be.
Yeah. Here we go.
I think at this point too, Mike, doesn't he call out for a supervisor?
Yeah, I think so. Either he calls for one or one happens to stop by.
So what happened, Sarge?
What's up, Sarge?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm trying to get to DMV to register my cars.
Okay.
I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, could I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there and get all my paperwork together? He says he wants to tow my car.
All right, give me a second. Let me find out what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay.
Right,
You're doing a little too much, Sarge.
Okay, so what I was going to do is just issue him a ticket, let him park here. Okay. He jumped out of the vehicle, came to ask me. He came so close to me. And he said, he called me an asshole. He called me an asshole, and he said, give me all the paperwork right now. And everything's been recorded. And your vehicle's been towed. And you receive tickets. You for right now for tactical purposes.
The officer received permission to issue the actor 4 tickets, including one for driving with a suspended license.
Nice Porsche though.
Yeah, it is.
Can you fast forward through this part right here?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was this much.
And get to where
Come in? Not yet. Yes?
Can you bring it down to 2?
Sorry.
Okay. All right. No, that's up to you, bro. I can't tell you. Okay. All right.
I can't tell him as a sergeant what to do. And I can guide him and I can make a recommendation. And he's going to give you 4 tickets. Okay? I asked him not to give you the 4 tickets, but he could bring it down to 2. He said, no, he's giving you the 4 tickets.
What are the 4 tickets?
He says, you have no front plate, no inspection sticker, no registration, and your driver's license is expired.
Okay. All right.
All right? I did.
Okay. All right.
So I know if you want to come with me or.
Okay.
So I know that you're not going to get the tow and that you're going to get over right now. Again, I'm sorry, I don't know if I told you, but everything's being recorded on the body cameras, so. Okay. So, as my sergeant, we're not going to tow your vehicle while you're receiving summonses. These are keys. These are paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me. You're receiving a ticket for no front plates.
Where's all the other paperwork?
It's in there. Everything you gave me. It's in the vehicle.
Yeah, that's about bullshit. Let me be clear. He actually got a break because the officer decided not to tow his car. After calling that sergeant and they spoke to each other, the officer decided not to tow the car.
Yeah.
So that's a break for folks
Yeah.
that don't understand. He got a break. He didn't have to mess with the car being towed. He was able to park the car. So even through all this, he still ended up getting a break.
Yeah, and understand too that just because a supervisor shows up out there doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get the tickets
Right.
or
Right.
the vehicle's not going to get towed. Um, so he got a huge break without that. I mean, he's a multimillionaire. I mean, it's pennies to him to pay to get his vehicle out of storage from the record company. But for the average citizen, us, hey, with $250, man, hey, that's a lot for the common folks here.
Yeah.
So it's a huge break for us, but it ain't really ain't nothing here. No problem. I get it out here in a minute.
Right.
Because he got money like that. But so yeah, he caught a good one. I think at this point now the officers calmed down, the Ice T is calmed down. Um, do you think the supervisor really de-escalated the situation, or did he really have much of an impact?
Uh, I think he had an impact, definitely. Who knows what the supervisor was telling him while the officer was writing tickets? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But at some point, he probably calmed them down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Which was fine. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't necessarily change what the officer decided to do, other than towing the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'll stress again, the guy that's doing the commentating on here, whose videos it actually is, he call this, a routine traffic stop. Now, because you have this officer who's a bit of a hothead, and Ice T started to be a little bit of a hothead. Just, I think, through the grace of God, they kind of backed off each other and not ram heads together, because it could have went south real quick. And Mike, you've seen
Yeah.
it happen. Something as simple as this, man. I wrote 4 or 5 tickets to somebody, and we all glued in the beginning, but by the end, when it's come time for them to sign these here tickets, we tumbling on the side of the road. And that's why I hate when they say, "Hey, routine traffic stop." No, it ain't routine.
Yeah.
So, but
At this point, cooler heads prevail. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. And he walked away with some tickets. Big deal. You know what I'm saying? So I see. I mean, to the average citizen, they may think there's no big deal. I got an expired registration. I got no insurance or no license or something. They may think to them that's not a big deal, but that is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So that you find that a lot where the average citizen doesn't take or think of the seriousness of the offense that the officer does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is where the butt heads a lot.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because
right.
the citizen thinks, oh, this is light work. The officer thinks, well, this can be light work, but it can be heavy work at the same time. If you don't go
Yeah,
with the program, it can be heavy work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
it all worked out in the end.
It all worked out in the end. What's crazy is if you read some of the comments that a lot of people have posted on here about it. Take the time to read it at your leisure. But I mean, they're pretty hard on Ice T. And he really acted as a regular citizen. How he acted in here is how it normally would happen on the side of the road. Because once an officer tells you, "Hey, we're about to tow your vehicle," I don't care who you are, you're gonna get a little pissed off.
Yeah,
Uh, and that's what Ice-T was feeling, what I'm saying. But then to get out the car and then to start cussing and carrying on like that. All right, Ice-T, like, come on.
Now you're taking to another level.
You take to another level, because what if, again, like we always say, that's why the acronym CALM is so important. Comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. Because what if he got a hot head officer? A real hot head.
A hot head officer may have handled that a whole lot differently.
Right.
Ice-T could have been handcuffed and placed on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's just telling you what could have happened with that kind of officer. That's all.
Right.
Right or wrong, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse, but thank God it wasn't. I mean, at this point, I guess you could say no big deal. Yeah, you got to walk away. You got to move on with your forward tickets, because it could have easily went south, right? And that's what we try to, stress the CALM acronym, because you want to do your part as a citizen as much as you humanly possibly can to stay calm, comply, answer their questions, listen, and move on. Because you do those things, it's kind of hard for me to be aggressive with you if I tell you to keep your hands out your pockets, you're doing that. If I tell you to sit down on the curb, you're doing that. I can't really hit you in the head because you're already sitting on the curb, and I asked you to sit on the curb. You're not smarting off of the mouth back to me, and it's your right to. You can say whatever you want, but at the same time, you don't know what type of officer you're going to get, right? And if you get that wrong officer, it's going to be a bad day it's going to be a bad day for both of you.
Yeah.
He's going to end up losing his job, and you're going to end up either being seriously hurt or going to jail, or he can end up dead as well. So the CALM acronym really plays a role in these traffic stops like this, so that you get to go on about your business. Now, you may go to jail, depending on what the situation is, but at least you're still able to live to see the next day. And that's all we want. We want everybody to be safe. We want the citizens to be safe, and we want the officers to be safe.
And that's pretty much it for this video. Let me just play it out real quick, because
you have no inspection, driving expired registration, and driving with expired license. You're, like I said, you're gonna leave the car here and just go to DMV. I'm walking DMV now. So you do know your registration is expired and your license too. That's what I'm going for. Okay, I'm just letting you know that I didn't know if you just knew your registration was expired. You got both. I got everything. Okay, all right. All right. No, I'm good. All right, you just the way you treated me. Okay, I was gonna park the vehicle, no tickets issued, but just next time show some respect. That's all I gotta say. I don't have to. All right, okay, I don't have either. So you have a great day, sir.
And that's it.
In the end, the actor was able to resolve the situation, fixing the issues.
I don't really think he was
but it raised
that disrespect. Instead, until up to the point when he tried to snatch the paperwork out of his hand and then try to, curse and carry and all that.
I agree.
At that point, yeah, you pushing it, right?
Right.
Because now you're gonna force this guy to become a hothead too. You got most police officers that are alpha male, and you ain't gonna sit here and call me a motherfucker, and I ain't gonna call you a motherfucker back. You know what I'm saying? Or
Zach says that's some BS. They're threatening to tow, though. It might be, you know what I'm saying, but it does happen. You know what I'm saying? It is the law if out here anyway in California.
Well, like I said, it was our policy to do it.
Okay, yeah.
It's policy to go. You can't.
But that discretion usually was if you had somebody else in the car or something like that. You don't want to leave them stranded or something like that. Now, if the officer wasn't really intending on towing the vehicle, I wouldn't have said that, because that's going to set somebody off. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have said that unless I was really going to tow the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? But so it's BS. I don't know if I would call it BS, Corey. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that can happen. You know what I'm saying?
It can happen, and depending on your department that you work for, police agency you work for, they may be, no, there's no leniency to it. The law says you can't operate a motor vehicle on the highways or byways without properly being registered and you, the driver, having a valid license. Tow the vehicle, right? There's no wiggle room. You got to do it. But at least for us here, we had that discretion, right? And like you said, yeah, am I going to tow a vehicle that, it's a single mom and she got, two kids in the car
Right,
and you know
right.
what I mean, and the car seats, because now I have to look at, all right, especially if you're on the interstate, I don't have room in my car for two car seats and her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
It just ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? In
right.
this case, though, you got a physically capable single male. Excuse me. Physically capable single male, lone occupant of the vehicle. It ain't gonna hurt him if he get his car towed. It's gonna be inconvenience. Or it's
Yeah.
supposed to be inconvenience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. So it happens.
It happens. So let us know what you think, y'all. Did the officer go overboard? Did IT go overboard in this situation? And and it has gone viral, Tom, but I don't think it's gone like I don't I don't think it's big, but it's not that big.
Maybe I ain't paying attention, but it don't
I,
seem like it took built up as much traction as something else. You know what I'm saying? With Ice T,
yeah,
it's Ice T. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I see.
But
Yeah,
but
yeah. So yeah, let us know what you think about this video here. Did Ice T, go overboard with it? Did it was the officer, too aggressive in his handling this? Let us know what you think. And if you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We got a bunch of people jump on tonight and greatly appreciate it. If you all could just take a moment and hit that like button for us, we greatly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to it, please subscribe to us at this time. We're going to wrap this one up. First one in the books for the new year. If you got something that you'd like for us to see, as always, hit us up at brothers-in-law 21 at gmail.com. We get you on the show. I sent one to you, Mike. I think it was from
yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
we're gonna look at that when we'll get that one on. But again, yeah, hit us up at brothers-in-law 21 at gmail.com. If you got one for us to look at and get it on. Hey, if you want to be a guest on the show, same thing. Hit us up at Brothers-in-law. We'd love to get you on as a citizen and tell us your side, what you think, how you feel about law enforcement, and tell us about your traffic stop, what you've been through, and how you felt when you encountered law enforcement. We'd love to hear your side of the story as well. So hit us up, brothers-in-law 21 at gmail.com. All right. And that being said, my man Mike, send us out, my brother.
All right, Zach, I see you here. Jesus loves you. I see you here, Tone, Goat. I see all of you. So thanks for joining us. And you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a good one.
I get over this cold.
Yeah, it's something going around, man. Y'all have a good and safe weekend. Remember, Monday is a holiday. So if you get locked up, you ain't gonna get out to probably Tuesday. So keep that in mind when you out. All right, y'all. Be safe. God bless you. We love you. Mike gonna choke on us over here, but we're gonna get him out. Peace.
Peace.